Hello. I'll be with you in a second. There we go. I'm late. I'm really late. You know, I think I must have been abducted by aliens because they tell those stories about, one minute you're here, next minute it's, hours later and you don't know what happened. Well, one minute it was plenty of time before four, and the next minute it was 10 past. And I'm like, oh, my stars. In any event, welcome to Life on the Light Side today. And today is February 25th. And that means there's only 10 months till Christmas. Wait, we need the warm weather before we get ready for more cold weather. And but I'm so happy that you're here with me today. And do remember that you can go to YouTube and type in Life on the Lite site and see all the videos in case you miss any. I love your questions and comments when they come up. Might not see them right away, but I will see them later. So there, I can't believe I thought I had 20 minutes still, and it's 10 minutes past four. That is just too crazy. Too crazy. Well, so how is your day going? How is your week going? I hope it's doing great. Here, it, you know, lately I just am not being very productive as I want to be. At the end of the day, I go, what happened to my day anyway? And there was someone on TV the other day. He was like a psychic, and people send in questions. And someone said, "Is time really speeding up?" And he said, "No, no." He said, "People only think it's speeding up because they stuff it full of stuff, and they never take time to stop and really relax and get quiet and slow down, that we really need to slow down." And so if you think time's been going too fast, the message to you is that you've got to slow down. All right. Okay, well, let's get to the National Day calendar today. And it is National Chili Day. I'm not making chili today. I just finished. I made a bunch of black beans from my sister's. Got this really really good recipe, and so I made it and I ate it like for 3 days. And so no, I am not going to be doing chili today, but we certainly do celebrate chili. And if you remember talking about the tacos yesterday, not the tacos, the tortilla chips yesterday, we talked about chili and the things you can put together with chili and tacos and taco chips. So there, it kind of blends right in. It is National Toast Day. Yes, it is. And do you know I had a literally toasted cheese sandwich for lunch today? Now, I want to tell you something. This is from my friend Ellen. She's like, we've been friends for probably close to 40 years, if not 40 years. And uh, dear, dear friend, and two people that are so very different and yet can be such very good friends. So she gave me a recipe one time. It was from Weight Watchers. And what you do is, rather than, we all love grilled cheese. I mean, I know we just all do. At the same time, amongst other things, it's two pieces of bread and it's a goodly amount of butter on either side to make that grill up so beautifully. And but she had this Weight Watchers recipe, and it's really quite good. And what it is you use a toaster oven. So you put the bread in the toaster oven and you start to toast it. And it starts to get a little golden brown. You take it out and you put on some a little of mustard on it, and then you put a couple of slices of Munster cheese. Mm, mm, mm. And then you put it back into the broiler. If you want to do two pieces, do two pieces. After all, you're not doing the butter thing, grilling it. So one or two pieces. I actually find that one piece is really satisfying enough for me, but whatever works for you. And you put it in there until it starts to melt, get bubbly. And you bring it out, and Munster is one of those cheeses where you bite it and it like stretches out. It was it's just so satisfying. So I enjoyed that wonderful cheese sandwich for lunch on toast. So perfect for toast day. It is also chocolate covered nut day. And that I'm really not terribly cool about. I don't, I probably wouldn't buy like chocolate covered almonds or anything like that. Um, but what I did love, and it is chocolate covered nuts, it's just got more to it, uh, turtles. And when we were kids, it is really good, Anna. When we were kids, we had what was called katydids, and they would come in a pink size of a coffee can tin at the time. At the time, coffee cans were short and wider than they are today. So you would get the katydids, and the katydids were what today is called turtles. And back then, any turtles would do, or katydids, but now, if it's not dark chocolate, no, I'm not going to bother. But a dark chocolate turtle, ooh, caramel. Caramel's one of my favorite things. Yummy, yummy. Okay, but the chocolate covered walnuts, chocolate covered peanuts, no, especially peanuts and chocolate. I know so many people like it. I mean, maybe in a dark chocolate Reese's cup, but that's about it. Even though as I'm getting older, those Reese's cups are a little too sweet for me. But I just don't like a lot of nuts covered with chocolate. There's caramel, and the nuts are pecans or walnuts. And the fattier nuts. Okay. And it is also Clam Chowder Day. Well, let's see. If Cheryl is still up in Cape Cod, I'll bet she could get herself some clam chowder and enjoy it. But I'm not a vegetarian. Don't eat any of that stuff. So what was I going to say? But boy, do I love corn chowder. And with all the soups that I've been making, would you believe I have not made corn chowder? I think that's a good idea. Of course, now I'm out of potatoes. So I had a potato issue. When I got my potatoes from Pea Pod, I like to get natural ones, all natural, organic, and because that way I like to put them I like to bake them and then I eat them peel and all. I love to eat the potato peels; they're my favorite part. However, as I was scrubbing up the potatoes and getting ready to use one day, there was a little black spot, so I'm supposed to cut it out, and it went deeper, and it went deeper, and then it happened to another potato and another potato. Well, fortunately, I called Stop and Shop and I got refunded for my potatoes. But uh, the ones that were left, apparently that bag was infested with something or something. I don't know. I will admit, I did scrub down a few and peel past all the dots. It kind of reduced the size of the potato significantly. But so I can't make clam chowder, but I may be making that carrot soup tonight because it's so good and I have the carrots, and I'm ready to do that. Okay, well, that was pretty exciting. And so, what else is on our? Oh, hang on a minute. I have to get my Tish-free grown-up sippy cup. Ain't that wonderful? And you just can't get in there. No, you can't. Um, okay, so one of the things I wanted to talk about today is acting as if. It means that, we talk about being on the light side. Well, sometimes if you are not feeling very much on the light side, it shows. I mean, I can, as a matter of fact, I remember I remember a friend that said, no, it wasn't a friend, it was something I read that said, if you walk past a mirror and you glance in and you don't like what you see, something needs to change. And I remember to this day walking into uh, the ladies' room at work when I lived in California, and you could just see the vacant or distress in me, and I knew I had some things I needed to change in my life. It's really hard when you're really down. It's really hard. And I know I've said it to you a couple of times as I've been doing these videos for like a year now, like, well, today wasn't the best day or blah, blah, and we have to turn it around. But what you don't know is since I started these videos, like a year ago almost, I've had some really tough stuff that I had to deal with. And it was a few things were very stressful and distressing and depressing. But as I made the videos, I can pretty much guarantee you never would have known. And I will also tell you, which I have before, that I was I'll say like, oh, I was tempted not to do a video today, but I knew I had to because first of all, as I connect with you, whether it's right now in this now moment at 4 something in the afternoon on February 25th, or whether it's midnight or 10 years from now, that I still connect. I know that as I reach out, it's like being they say that a plant or a sower would broadcast seed, that they take it and they put it in the hand and they spread it all over, broadcasting it. So think of the words broad and cast. We broadcast it, we get it out there as far as we can. And so I kind of have a better attitude knowing that I am broadcasting some positive stuff and uplifting others. And in the process, your energy comes back to me. Even if it's in 10 years from now, your energy comes back to me and blesses me the same way. It's the law of circulation. And so it's hard because a lot of people say, well, are you faking it? And that fake it till you make it thing. Um, Sometimes, again, we've talked in the Rise of the False Gods videos about the quadrants of consciousness. The lower ones are all human, and the higher ones are more spiritual. Well, if you act as if on the human level, you're more like pretending. You don't believe it, but you're faking it, fake it till you make it. If you're just faking it till you're making it, you're not going to make it. The difference is when you operate from your higher self and you feel uplifted, even though you go into it. There's days when I click that go live and I'm feeling crummy, and the minute that light comes on, here I am, and that's genuine, and I'm not faking it. I'm not just pretending. I feel it. So faking it till you make it, or manipulating till you make it, that's not what it's really about. What it's really about is practicing the principles, and we practice the principles as we act as if we already had what we want, because we have to be that assured that what we want can, in fact, come to pass. So don't feel like you're faking it unless you have a disconnect. If you have an absolute disconnect, I have those feelings sometimes where I wonder, like, oh God, will I ever fill in the blank? And then I pray or for example, with what's going on in our country, will this ever end? Will we ever feel happy again? As a really relaxed, confident, will that come back? And you have to feel it and know it. And when I do my affirmations, not by might nor by power, but my spirit, saith the Lord, I feel it. If I just parroted it, that's not feeling it. In order to create, you have to connect the thinking and the feeling. So I just wanted you to keep that in mind. There's been a lot of stuff lately that kind of annoys me, that I hear on TV and the radio, and they actually say that Donald Trump follows the teaching of Norman Vincent Peale with his Church of Practical Christianity, which is the Church of Positive Thinking, and that is it's in New York. That's the Marble Collegiate Church. And I love Martin. I love Martin Luther King. Yeah, I love him too. I love Norman Vincent Peale. And he did not write about manipulating yourself into what you want. He was very spiritual and wrote about how we're taught to trust and we're taught to be a possibility thinker. But that doesn't mean that we do things to manipulate to get our way. We work hard, but the most important thing is staying aligned with principle. So for me, who practices practical Christianity, and which comes from positive thinking, when somebody is uh, is tossing off Norman Vincent Peale as being some kind of a heretic or something, because he taught possibility thinking. No, those things are not connected at all. Please, please, if you hear somebody knocking, Dr. Peale, you know, change the subject, get him to talk about something else, or you can say straight out, no, that's not what he taught. That's not what he taught. And because we want the principles to work, and if we want them to work, we got to work them, you know. All righty, so I told you today would be story day. I kind of decided Thursdays were a good day to do a story. And so I have one. I want to share something else too. I got a new book, and it's called Gypsy Fuge. I got it because Girls Weekend is going to be coming up in September at the campground, and we're going to have a gypsy theme. And this is by Marlene Shuey. She's the one that wrote Simple Days that I've read you before. And she says it's an archetypal memoir. That's going to be exciting. But first, I've got to finish 90 minutes in heaven. Yeah, that's a good thing. Okay, so are you ready for a story? I would like to invite you to settle in, get comfy. If you're watching this and it's not real time, I actually think you can actually even pause these as I'm doing them. So if you want to pause it and go and get yourself a little water, tea, coffee, soda, hot chocolate, wine, water, go ahead and do it. And then we're ready for the story. So today's story is called Love, True Love. Yvonne sat on the front porch, gazing at the sky. It was crystal clear blue, with a slow procession of shape-shifting puffy clouds floating by. It was like they were beckoning her to come along, fly away to a place where dreams become reality. She closed her eyes and was transported by her imagination to that place. Excuse me. Like a princess, swept across the dance floor in the arms of a handsome prince who adored her. She waltzed with joy and abandon. As she danced, the skirt of her satiny sky blue gown swirled and twirled like waves on an endless sea. Ma! Her dream vanished at the whine of her 15-year-old daughter, Sarah. Startled, she shot to her feet, stumbling and stepping over the cat's tail. The cat let out a blood-curdling screech. Meow! Mother, the teen said in an accusing tone that assumed the misstep was an intentional attack on the cat. The disorientation from her too rapid reentry to the present caused a role-reversing wave of guilt as if she were the disobedient child. It turns out her daughter's crisis was a small tear in the hem of her favorite dress. Fortunately, it was a repair that could be quickly and easily made. Digging through the sewing box for a needle and thread, Yvonne wished all of life's crises could be so easily remedied. Don't we all? I don't know why I have to have a little tickle during story time. Okay. Um, okay, could be wouldn't it be nice, Yvonne wished, if all of life's crises could so easily be remedied? Envy for Sarah, with her whole life ahead of her, reignited the ache in her heart for long forgotten dreams of true love and romance. The warning from her mother echoed in her mind: marry in haste, repent at leisure. The words were spoken when Yvonne and Edwin had returned home after eloping to Las Vegas. What her mother did not know at the time is that the haste was made so no one would realize a baby was on the way before marriage. The 16 years since they had eloped provided time and occasion to repent at leisure. Huh, she wondered to herself as the needle and thread swiftly mended the tear. Was that the repent at leisure or resent at leisure? Perhaps it was resent. With frequency that had become habitual, resentment over being tied down too young, with too many responsibilities and lost opportunities, plagued her days. Thoughts of what if, and if only, had taken up residence in the front of her mind, magnifying her discontent. As the last stitch was made, the needle, the threaded needle knotted and cut, Sarah appeared. Seeing the dress had been restored, she hugged her mother, declaring, "Mom, you are awesome," and was gone as quickly as she appeared. Yvonne sighed, slowly shaking her head, recalling the words of an old song. Alone again, naturally, wondering if this was all life had to offer, or if maybe a divorce would open new doors. As if on cue, the back door opened and Edwin came in, calling out, "Honey, I'm home." She stepped into the kitchen, and there was her husband with a bouquet of roses, an envelope, and a big shiny balloon that said, "Happy Anniversary." She had forgotten their anniversary again. Edwin never forgot. "Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. I forgot," she blubbered in a cascade of tears. "I don't have a gift or a card or anything for you." The embarrassment of forgetting their anniversary was compounded by guilt from thoughts of divorce that had almost escaped her lips. He put his hand under her chin and gently lifted her head so he could dab away the tears. She looked into the eyes of a man who had loved and cared for her for more than 16 years. Yvonne realized there was no handsome prince that could ever take this sweet, kind man's place, and the resentment she felt was misdirected. "Yvonne," Edward said, "you give me a gift each day I wake up next to you." He put the envelope in her hand. Inside were tickets for a cruise and an 8 weeks couples dance class at Arthur Murray. "I've always wanted to sweep you across the dance floor," he said. "Now I will be able to." The truth is, sometimes dreams do come true. And your dreams can come true too. How are you going to do it? You're going to act as if and have that feeling and know that God is in charge and all is in divine order. And we also remember that special line that we add to our dreams, this or something better. Because if we're so busy grabbing for a this that isn't ours by divine mind, by divine order, we will have time to repent at leisure. Well, I hope that you enjoyed that. And it is time for me to toddle off back to my tasks for the day. And I hope your day will be bright and beautiful the whole day. Keep it on the light side, my friends. God bless.